Hey there, folks. As you can see, I am dressed in my dungeon mastering or game mastering getup for the Cyberpunk fantasy game that we will be doing world creation and gang or crew creation for tomorrow evening. I think it looks pretty good. I really do. I'm Max Porter, and by day I am a writer and other things at City State Entertainment. But this evening, as many evenings, I am but a humble game master putting stuff together that I think my players will like. And I am prepping for the unexpected. So, one thing I need to do is I'm going to, so I'm running this game in with the Forged in the Dark rules, and I'm trying to figure out what, the set of images and music and so forth that we'll be using to bring this world to life. And it's a lot more important for this game than it is in a lot of games. Because this is not a tactical game like Dungeons and Dragons exactly. Oh, that is certainly Dungeons and Dragons-esque in a certain way. It's not too far off. There we go. So instead of prepping maps and tokens and monsters or even a story, the players have a lot of power in a game like this. And I think the important thing is to have a whole lot of stuff prepared that I can pull out at a moment's notice and say, alright, you meet this character. And just have the players have something to show the players immediately. So in order to do that, I'm going to change some of the base settings for this particular game. So I'm going to exit. Just going to cut off the music for a minute here. Got the sprawling city here. Alright, game default settings. So I'm going to change that, no grid enabled, make the background the background. There you go. And I generally like it to be a little bit bigger too, so let's go 40 by 40. Fog of War enabled by default? Yeah, I think so. All right. Excellent. So now, hopefully, if all has gone according to plan, when I create a new page, it will... Yeah, black. Alright. Alrighty. Okay. So... I'm going to collect some images, and I'm going to put them in the game. Now, the world creation document is here, and basically the concepts are all laid out. We got about halfway through it. I'm going to try and speed through the second half next time. But the themes are here. Your heritage, guild membership, and religion as the godlike beings walk the earth. Now, this, I'm trying to establish a kind of a baseline. A kind of a home page for my players to come back to. A start page, sure. In Blades in the Dark, I did this with like a wooden table effect and papers scattered about. And that worked quite well because it was kind of like their planning table. I've struggled a lot with what to do for this game. I wasn't sure whether to try to do like a futuristic table, or like a cityscape. I like this. I found this kind of blue border thing for free online, so that can like pop up as if the players are getting like text messages or mission parameter documents, this kind of glowing box thing. That works real well on the black night sky background, not so well over this, which means that if I want to pop something up, I have to like get some kind of black backing for it, which is no good. It looks great if it's up in the sky, though. That doesn't give me a lot of room. Doesn't give me a lot of space to work with. So this may not ultimately be the answer. I have to figure out what I have to set up the home. The home page needs to be pretty good, I think, because this is where we're going to spend most of their time when the players are at home base. So I definitely want them to feel... I want it to... I want it to feel... I want to reinforce the game theme and to be something cool to look at, basically. I don't know if I've quite got it. I do have this kind of cool thing as well. My thinking was, though, that if I got rid of this and I just did like a very simplistic kind of thing like this, that's kind of dull. It's not very interesting to look at. It's less busy, so it's easier to see. But I think if we're spending a lot of time on this page, I might want this city photo of Dubai as my cyberpunk image suggestion. It's tough. I'm definitely not so sure about this this home page stuff. I don't know if I've quite cracked it. I like the blue boxes in the sky, though. I think that's a solid idea. All right, so let's see. Let's collect some images and start creating stuff. All right, so this will be. We'll say this is street images. The city streets. Don't need to work that. Alright. I'm just going to grab some free images from the internet. Make sure I set this up right. Okay, cool. So, for example, that one. So I might use this, you know, if the players are going to go, oh, we meet at a restaurant or something. I don't know what that says, but I wish I did. That's definitely on theme. So I might say, okay, you know, you meet at this place, and set the scene from there, narrating as I go. That's kind of the idea. And I do this for a lot of games, but especially in more narrative games. For kind of tactical strategy type games, I probably wouldn't go quite as whole hog on this particular style. I'd be worried more about maps and tokens and, maps mainly. And, you know, in a game that didn't offer quite this much choice to the players, then I would be able to plan out a campaign and a story more. But when the players have so much power as they do in this game, in a Blades in the Dark style game, it's one of the things that makes it a real challenge is there's no way to plan. Not really. Alright. I think this was one of my options for the home page. That's pretty hot. I wonder how that would look with the blue boxes. Oh. Okay. is that... Is that readable? Or is it too busy? Can I put text over it? No, it's not great. I'm not sure if there's a different color that would work either. Bright, no, red's not going to work. White. Not too bad, actually. Not great. Then I put it in a box, make the box bigger. Ugh. I still haven't figured that out. Alright, back to the city streets. We've got... Well, that's a good one to start. What about this? What's this? Excellent. And I have the credit for that. Ooh, that's huge. I want the... smaller than that. Cool. And then this one is... Alright, so I'm putting these things together for future use. I don't know exactly how they're going to get used because I can't plan. Any kind of preparation would just be thrown out because the players are going to get to make up, you know, what their concerns are. They're going to get to make up, like, a lot of the NPCs. So... Alright. This is another gorgeous one. So I think for this game, some of the themes the players picked as the ones they wanted to focus on. I feel like this is kind of, like my page is kind of small. Should I make it bigger? I'm zoomed out though. I'm zoomed way out. I'll just shrink these a bit. The themes they picked are, or the markers of like the haves and the have-nots, are like, do you have like a pretty heritage? You know, are you like, you know, don't be a troll like I'm dressed up as. Be a human. Be an elf. That's how you swing with the in crowd. So there's prejudice. There's prejudice there. I feel like I don't like the solid black background. Maybe I'll change the default to just very dark gray, like I did in Blades in the Dark. Gets to be a little too much. Alright, this is Stephen Rowe. I'll just say Stephen Rowe. Okay. I like this one. That's really nice. That would also make a really great, like, homepage type of image, like you're walking down out of your apartment into the city. Now, in this game, it's always important I leave myself some room around the images for clocks. Because this kind of narrative game, that is where a lot of the drama lies, is that you have these kind of ticking time bombs in the action. And that raises the tension up. Cool. I've got more city street ones. These can all be, I don't know, should I make the page bigger? Screw it, I'm making it bigger. Let me feel like I have a little more breathing room when I'm scrolling through here trying to find something, because that's always a little frantic, because the players, you know, like, we want to do X, Y, and Z, and then, you know, I want to set the scene and I want it to be this sort of seamless transition, like as if I somehow knew what they were going to do. The way to do that is to have a whole bunch of things all in the same theme, just ready to go. I think one of the things important in a city, an urban-focused setting, is that you make it feel like it's not dead. It's teeming with people. You know, if you're not playing in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, it should feel, you know, a lot of these images, I'm perfectly happy to have people in them that aren't necessarily characters in the game. And then we have a guy parkouring off a building. That's pretty cool. Alright. But most of these should be streets. find myself using a lot of photos, partially because those are available for free, but I kind of like, it's kind of growing on me as a concept. If everything, I mean, I love, the art in Shadowrun, and I really like the art in the Karma in the Dark rulebook. But I wonder if in our game, what are the themes implied by using photography? If everything's photos, instead of it being a mixture, well, I won't have too many fantasy creatures running around. So that's a downside. That's a bit of a downside. But I kind of like the idea of it being all these photos and it just having this kind of weird mood as a result. I don't know that photography fits with any of the themes in particular. It's not like a reality. What if there was something that the players didn't know about? Some kind of reality bending thing happening. One of the things that we worked out last time is that in this world, the very, very rich can rich people can kind of have souls digitized in this kind of crashing together of magic and highly advanced technology. That's our kind of cyberpunk theme that we're going for. We're focusing on. And guy graffiti, doing some graffiti-ing. And the very rich can actually, create like a true self-aware AI. Not the very rich, but the ultimate kind of expression of this wrongness at the heart of the world is that this can actually have your own consciousness uploaded. This might be a good NPC. I should make an NPCs page. So... characters... city characters. Alright. And... first one shall be this chick. She could be human. She could also be I think she's kind of, you know, different looking enough with the gas mask covering her face that she could credibly be certain kinds of fantasy race. So that's definitely a good one. Alright. All of these are looking pretty similar, which is good and bad. It's good because it establishes like a very strong theme for our city. It's bad because then I'm limited in the different kinds of places I can show. Oh damn, I got some good characters here, but let's keep going. Giselle Melgoza. That one's good because it's the same kind of colors, but it has, you know, crowd of people. So if something's happening in a crowded marketplace or in front of Tokyo Radio. That's an easy name to remember. Giselle Melgoza. What a cool name. I like that a lot. Alright, I'm leaving room for clocks. Alright, and I've got some NPCs here. Some NPCs that look perfect. These are good size. I feel like these are a good size. Alright, let's grab some NPCs. interesting and sinister that guy looks. That's a great one. Oh boy. Oh man. I like this look. I've always used you know, hand-drawn art, or not hand-drawn, but I've always used just art rather than photos, I guess. And these photographs are lending this world a very specific flavor, and I really like that. It's very, very different from anything I usually do. And it's gonna feel different from Shadowrun, which I like as well. That makes me happy too. I don't love this one quite as much, but it does fit, and I like the I like his sunglasses. Another photographer with a great name. Here's mage, I guess. There we go. That's definitely a mage. Some kind of magic soul. Maybe I'll just say bye because it's shorter. Alright, and this one's amazing. Man with tattoo carrying rifle. Going to have to use this one for an NPC that is gonna, you know, hang around. So that is epic. There we go. I could shrink some of these. Or make this page bigger as well. Just to give me a little more breathing room. That guy's great. Judeus Samson. Very nice. Those are some great NPCs. Those are some good ones. She could probably be a fantasy creature. He could probably be a fantasy creature. Some kind. They're definitely not really obvious. I mean, it's got troll horns. Like I'm wearing. Alright, back to the city streets. Got another one. By Ching Feng. I like how ominous that looks. There's definitely some bad stuff that could go down there. It looks like. Cool. Probably could make several pages of these. Or I could make the pages bigger. I guess I'd rather make the pages bigger. Unless I'm gonna do different categories, which is an option. How big do I really want to make this though? Because too big and it will like struggle to load. Yeah, and I won't be able to see it at a glance as easily. That feels too big. Basically, I want it to be just big enough to where I don't have to scroll too much to see the whole thing. That feels better. That feels just about right. Oh yeah, I chose this one as the symbol of that page. That's good. So just big enough to where I can glance through here when the players are like, we want to go to a place, meet a person, do a thing. And I can just, at a glance, look at this whole thing and then pick something. And then I can reveal it through the fog of war, using the fog of war on Roll20, and focus them in on that with shift, holding shift and clicking. And that should be, that should do me. Alright. I'm gonna... Well, maybe if I was gonna do it by theme, if this page was all like, you know... Yeah, okay, so this page is like city streets, and it's all like blues and oranges in true sci-fi fashion. And then I did another one that was like slightly different style of images, and we called this Zorprit. Turns out it's hard to see at night with sunglasses on. It's night and we're wearing sunglasses. Check. is a more futuristic corporate feel, not walking through the streets of the city, but someplace definitely different. By TJ Hollowaychuk. This page definitely feels too big right now. How about this one? Oh, this will do. Just have to fill it out some more. Alright, cool, cool, cool. This page is filling out nicely. So when I want them to go, you know, to a grungy city street at night, maybe it should always be night. That'd be a nice little reference to Blades in the Dark. I don't have too many photos in the daylight. A few, sure. But, turns out cities tend to look better at night, hiding their sins. Here's a pretty good one. Wonder where this is. Singapore. I think that'll fit down here pretty well. Something that'll fit there. Something with a more horizontal orientation to it. Maybe it's like the Matrix. It's a kind of a... When did the Matrix come out? $1999. Well, it doesn't get more 90s looking than that. So what if it was like the Matrix? In that there's just this constant stormy cloud cover. There we go. That one has a more of a party atmosphere. But not too much. I just don't have... I'm not seeing too many daytime city street angle photos that are actually cool. Shouldn't the players pretty much be nocturnal anyway, doing their crimes? That's what I think. But players are unpredictable, especially in this game. So I've got to plan to be surprised. If you can't read the names here, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get a bird's eye view of the page, because when I am scrambling to respond to, when I'm reacting to what the players are doing, I'm not going to have much time, because it's just I don't want to have just dead air in the game or for the stream, where I'm just like looking for just the right thing, etc. So that's why I'm kind of scrolled way out most of the time here. Trying to figure out how to best utilize my space. Again, with the goal of making it all easy to take in at a glance. Alright. Got a couple daytime images here that I like. I do like this one, but I think this probably, well, that definitely looks like a meet with a contact. I don't know if it's city streets, really, but it's not really corporate either. So maybe it is corporate. I don't know. That one's borderline. I really want some daytime images. It was definitely interesting to play in a world where it was dark all the time in Blades in the Dark. But I hate repeating myself. In games, I don't like to do the same thing twice. It's one of the things. I mean, that's why that's why when I play D&D, I don't just like have one setting that I've created over many years. I create a whole new setting for a new campaign, generally speaking, with rare exceptions. Don't repeat yourself as a creative person, unless that's your thing, unless you really like to do that. I don't. That's never as magical the second time around for me. Alright. Gonna get some more daytime Cyberpunk images, so that if the players do something during the day, I'm not in trouble. I could shrink it down and put it under this one. But I'm thinking that this is all going to end up being daytime images. In all likelihood. Ooh, but here's a cool one with a bus. Should I start another page for things like for vehicles? More specific things. I've got a good corporate one here. Well, this might be an NPC actually. City characters versus corporate characters. Locations. Oh, this is also by Giselle Melgoza. Just such an awesome name. All these NPCs and locations that I don't know who they are yet, but it will emerge during play. That is tonight's lesson. Is to prepare for the unexpected. You just need a source of inspiration. Image, a name, a situation. I think I may start a vehicles. Page. So I've got lots of buses and subways. Nothing more cyberpunk than shutter glasses. This is actually getting me kind of excited. I've got more of this guy. Do I like him like that, or smoking a cigarette and looking angry? He kind of looks good both ways. Come here, Quinn buffing. Ah! Why is that one so huge? I'll leave him half cut off there because I know what it is. And the players won't see it unless I choose to reveal it. I kind of like that. I got this guy in two different poses. Maybe if I shrink him down enough, he'll actually fit. Yep, there we go. That's great. That is good. Cool. It's good to have. Oh, a bunch of viewers popped in. Hello, Lion Nation. You're honestly impressed you can see the screen with the glasses. Yeah, the sacrifices I make for fashion, bro. The sacrifices I make for fashion. Good to see you. So this is prepping for a Cyberpunk game. I guess I've just got Dark City on repeat. I do need to just redo all the music. But it won't be too hard. It's funny, you can use fantasy music, a lot of fantasy music, for sci-fi, or cyberpunk in this case, because it's, you know, dramatic. But I feel like you can't use like sci-fi music for fantasy. Isn't that funny? So I have no idea who these characters are. I am just preparing them for when I need to pull one out. And I like their looks. I really want some more daytime cyberpunk photos, but they're all pink and blue at night. All my options. And I mean obviously I like that look, but it's possible to have too much of a good thing. I want to have some other frickin' options. Oh, I've got another image I could put in of this guy in an even dorkier mind control pose. I think I'm gonna just go with this one. Why are there no good Cyberpunk daytime photos? Cities just look better at night. Well, here's a cool one at a power station or railway with lightning. I really did not expect to be using all photography in this game, but I'm actually really liking the overall effect. Well, it's not daytime, but it'll do. It's not pink and blue. And I've got lots of pink and blue. Lots and lots. Oh, I had a good one of a club. Where'd that one go? The thing I don't like about this photo is she looks like she's trying to pose cool, but I don't have any Asian women anyway, and it's pretty cool, so. I could definitely get more. Oh yeah, I have this one. Here will be a robot type person. Of course, there aren't really robots, so this would just be some kind of, you know, not really self-aware being. Or it would be a very, very expensive body of some head of corporate. Our other brother has a few epic Cyberpunk pics. Oh. Well, that's amazing. Jeez. He's amazing. By Pace Porter's Asada, huh? Or Pace Wilder. Jeez, he's good. How do I get Pace into this? That's the question. Yeah, it's not the same style, but who cares? It's gorgeous. And hopefully he's okay with me using it. I'll ask my brother. Well, I filled up this page. Got a lot of cool city characters on here. So I'm pretty happy with that. Maybe it's always dark because there's an overcity and an undercity in this world. And in the world of the big corporations, you can find bright light. That's certainly something to think about. That's pretty amazing. He definitely looks like some kind of cyber terrorist. Not too many fantasy creatures, unfortunately. But I've gone off to a good start. And honestly, I'm never going to be able to, with all of the fantasy creatures we decided to put in the game, I'm never going to be able to oh damn, this is just a cool photo. I'm never going to be able to use them all, or to have something for everything. I might have to just, you know, make up something like, isn't that a cool image of some outdoor, like, those elevators? Is that like a ride? What is this? Maybe that belongs in the corporate area. That's also by TJ Hollowaychik. There you go. At least that's during daytime. These seem like interesting locations. Certainly, I like how different this one is. I'm pretty happy with that. You can probably barely see that. That guy definitely looks like he's summoning some kind of spell in that giant cistern. I love it. Alright. Well, it's getting pretty close to my bedtime. Unfortunately, I started late tonight. So I'm going to call this for now. I may do more tomorrow, and then tomorrow evening, we will be working on this game. We'll be playing. We'll be creating the rest of the world and creating the crew, hopefully. So that should be pretty interesting. Maybe I'll put Pace's image in strange places. Instead of the city streets. That might fit better. Alright. Well, folks, thank you to Lion Nation, my brother Leo, who came by. You're awesome, man. And we should text. I have some thoughts, my brother. I will see you folks another time. Hopefully, you can come by for and influence the Cyberpunk world creation and crew creation tomorrow evening. If you watch this later, thank you so much. You are awesome as well. Have a good one. And bye-bye for now. Good night.